So here's the one that's kind of driving most of the big financial headlines today, and it's energy prices. Saw a piece in the Wall Street Journal today talking about natural gas prices in particular. They're already at some of the highest levels we've seen in a number of years. The levels that we're seeing, I'm actually going to pull up a chart and show it if I can find the right chart. Here we go. This is we've just seen natural gas prices just basically run up since, I don't know, really pretty much all year we've seen them. This little peak we saw right here, this just is one of those things that sometimes happens. We see these weird little 1 day or 2 day peaks, but you see energy prices, guys, have just been heading up all year. It's not uncommon to get spikes in the winter months. That's not uncommon, but to see this just protracted run up in energy prices, particularly in natural gas prices, is not something that we've seen in this sort of a sustained way in quite some time. Now, we've been talking a lot about inflation. Talked about it yesterday. The Social Security Administration's COLA increase is going to be like over 5%. It's the largest increase in like 50 years. So inflation's a real thing, and energy inflation is obviously a real concern. The U.S. Energy Information Administration said that this winter, even if it's 10% warmer than usual, the average consumer that uses natural gas for heat is going to see their bill go up 22%. That's if it's warmer. If it's colder, guys, hold on to your wallets. So let's do a two-parter here. So the first one, I think this is a bit of a reminder that, traditional hydrocarbons are still around. They're still pretty important. So the first part of the question, does this make oil and gas any more interesting or compelling to you as an investor? Part two, maybe related to part one, that's up to you guys. What's a stock that you like for the winter chill? Dimitri, you want to kick us off?
Sure, Jason. Wow. And that I looked at that article you mentioned too. Like you said, the 22% being the low end is kind of amazing to me. I think it said something like 45%. If we get a colder winter than normal, some of those heating bills can be up in that 40, 35 or more % higher, which is just amazing. But your first question, it does. Oil and gas is not an area that I'm in my wheelhouse that I follow too closely, but this does sort of, pique my interest because we talk about pricing power and the ability to pass on those extra costs. And I know a lot of these oil and gas providers and a lot of these electricity and energy providers have basically kind of monopolies over their little areas, which brings a lot more regulation. But since their product is sort of just tied to the price, there's not really, because of that sort of monopoly situation, it's not so much a big risk for them that they can't pass along those extra prices. So it's a reminder that those can be good parts of your kind of portfolio in an environment where prices are going up. The second part of your question about a stock I like for the winter, maybe a cold winter ahead. This might sound like a little bit of stretch, but I like McCormick.
I love this, by the way. I just want to say, I love this.
Not just because, maybe they have some soup products, but McCormick is just an attractive stock. It's down. I just looked. Let's see. It's down 16% so far this year compared to 18% increase in the stock market, which I don't think is deserved. The company just reported 5% organic sales growth, which is faster than Wall Street was expecting. It's just been growing a lot, and just it was an attractive business before the pandemic, but since the pandemic, obviously, that has put a lot more focus on eating at home, and that hasn't dropped. That kind of demand hasn't dropped, and so I'm thinking of you're at home more, you're cooking at home, and maybe some of your budgets, you don't have as high of a budget to go out to restaurants as much. With energy taking up what might be a huge proportion of a lot of people's budgets, I think there might be more. I think there's, in general, just a lot of demand for McCormick and its spices and flavoring products, and they're going to be raising prices. Part of the reason why the stock is down a little bit is I think Wall Street's nervous about McCormick being able to raise its prices, talking about price increases, and they're rolling those out right now, kind of through the winter months too. But I don't think they're going to have any trouble doing that. They've been pushing into the more attractive margin profiles foods like hot sauces. They just bought Cholula hot sauce. and they've got those French's and Frank's condiments, and these are areas that people are a lot less likely to trade down on, and they're going to be paying those higher prices. So I think, I think the winter could be a good time to own McCormick stock.
Yeah, and I think it's one to keep owning too. And just because this is a fun chart we've never ever shown before, it's our McCormick discount to Henry Hub natural gas spot price arbitrage. You like that, Travis?
That's good. And
Yeah.
when was the last time you ever checked the price of spices before you bought them? I mean, right? Isn't that something that you're just like, well, we got to have this, and
Right,
I need it, and I need it in an hour.
I need chili powder. There's chili powder.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think Dimitri, I think they do have maybe better pricing power than Wall Street realizes.